Hey everyone, what's going on? So I'm going to go over my new guitar, this beautiful PRS, the Dustie Waring signature. So I got to look at it. So it's a CE series. This is going to be bad because I don't know all the specific details what that means. It is a bolt-on, so maybe that's what their CE series is. But this is just beautiful. I've never owned a guitar of this caliber. Like, the paint job is beautiful, the curves are great. There's definitely a huge difference between the actual American made PRS guitar as opposed to their overseas SE series. Those are great guitars. I own two of them actually. One is right here to my left. I also own the Mark Holcomb signature, which that's an awesome guitar. But anyway, back to this one. So as you can see, it has a Floyd Rose, real Floyd Rose, maple fretboard, maple top, mahogany back. I believe it's also mahogany neck. Correct me if I'm wrong. So being a Floyd Rose, it does have the locking nut, which I took the locking nut part off because I've already bridged this, blocked this, sorry. But it came with locking tuners too, so it's like double the stability. I don't know, a little redundancy, but that's fine because that works out. If you want to block the bridge and not use the locking nut, now you have locking tuners, so it's great. I've put on my own little headstock tuner, if you're wondering what this is, just the Diodario one. So yeah, no, it's great. His signature tomahawk pickups. It's got a see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5-way switch, volume, tone. So not a whole lot to it really, anything more special than that. 25-inch scale length, so that kind of the typical PRS scale length. 24 frets, which is, other than him being one of my most favorite guitar players, the fact that it was a 24 fret also sold me. I find it's like once you go 24 fret and you really utilize it, whether you're not playing all 24 frets or if you're just utilizing the access, because you do have better access to your 22nd fret, you just kind of don't go back. I mean, I have guitars that are not, but I just like it. It's my preference. So anyway, here's some tones. So here's just full-on bridge pickup. So I'm playing out of a PRS MT15 into some just generic 112 open back cab I got at a local music store here. I got it really dirt cheap, like $100 or something. Just needed something to practice in my apartment with. So here's clean. Dirty again. It cleans up really well if you just roll back the volume. Obviously still a little bit of grit there, but it cleans up pretty good. So if you had the gain a little bit lower and just use an overdrive, you could probably just kill the overdrive, roll back, and get a nice clean sound. So here's position 2. So it's a split bridge, so single coil, and I'm really surprised with these pickups. They actually have a very nice, pretty authentic sounding single coil sound. So, oh, and dirty. in the split. Position. I believe it's the two outer pickups split. So. Position 4, so it's a split neck. Clean. And you just heard dirty, so here's the full neck pickup humbucker. It's very versatile. Pretty much any guitar I've had, well, the pickups in a guitar I've had that do this, the 5-way switch, whether you coil tap it from the actual pickup selector or you have like a push-pull knob, I've always found none of them really sound too much like an actual single coil. And at least this bridge gets goddamn near as close as I've ever heard one before. Really has that like jangly Strat sound. I'm sure to Strat purists they will disagree, but to me it does, considering I'm really just a humbucker guy. So I have no complaints. I mean, the fit and finish is just, it's beautiful. Like, I am just blown away. They definitely give you your money's worth. I love how there's very, very little finish, like satin finish on the top. In the back, as you can see the pores. Like, there's almost nothing on here, which I just think is great because I'm a true believer that the less paint you have on it, the more it resonates. And that really helps with the overall tone. So, yeah, fit and finish, sound, everything, just great. There's not a loose screw or nut on it whatsoever. You know, no one can really ever put it to words, like, what's the difference between, you know, 400, a 900, you know, or like a $1,200 guitar versus these really expensive ones that upwards of $2,500 or more. And it's just the fit and finish. Something about the attention to detail. Just, it plays and just sounds so much better. I mean, people could say that's the pickups and preference, you know, how you play and how you set your amp and how the pickups play to that, and that could be very true. The Mark Holcomb signature that I have, it has the Mark Holcomb signature Seymour Duncan, so you know they're high-end pickups, I guess you'd call them. At least they're expensive. I think they're comparable price to these Tomahawks, but I love these because these Tomahawks, they're actually ceramic and Alnico mixed, so they're not just one or the other, so they really lend themselves well to that. I would assume that the Alnico, like, because and your humbuckers, you always have two magnets. I'm assuming that the Alnico is probably the single coil, and that's probably kind of why you get that jangly sound, that close to strat tone. And then when they're both on, that probably really helps with that focused mid-range and low end for your metal sounds. You know, that's how you can still get that. Crunch. So, yes, it chugs. So, my only complaint, and I think this is a very fair complaint about this purchase, is seriously, PRS, you spend this kind of money on a guitar? I mean, it's a nice gig bag, very nice. You know, well constructed, nothing cheap about it. It will pad your guitar on impact. But seriously, $2,500 and a gig bag. I don't know, maybe I'm just old and I'm dating myself here, but I remember, like, it was just common. If you spent, like, at least $700 on a guitar, any brand always came with a hard shell case. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maybe that's PRS giving you a deal, because I mean they're really expensive guitars, so you know, maybe they felt it wasn't worth it. Maybe it's a shipping thing. I'm not sure, but that's really my only gripe. I just really feel it should have came with a hard shell case considering the price range, even if it wasn't one of their really nice PRS ones. If it was just like some generic one that they just slapped their name on, that just would have been nice for the amount of money you have to spend on these. Oh, and one last thing before I forget. I really like these volume and tone knobs. Like, they're big, and they've got those grooves cut into them, so you can grab onto them no problem. No slipping, no sliding. And they have the little arrows on it, so you can know exactly where you want them. And all the little attention to detail that PRS pays attention to. They even made sure that they line up the same, so there's no, like, guessing between the two, like the volume and tone, like what's all the way up and what's all the way down. They're both lined up the same, so you can visually look and you're like, okay, that's halfway, that's all the way, that's off, etc., etc. And just little things like the pole pieces, they're recessed. You know, like just all these little details, it's hard to go into. Like, there's not a blemish or anything on here. Everything is just perfect. I love it. I'm very happy. I'm very pleased with the purchase. Highly recommend. And I got this from American Music Supply. So you can get a payment deal even if you don't have good credit, because that's what I have to do. So, yeah. This is my first video. A lot of ranting and rambling with no script, so if you like it, please subscribe to my channel or follow, depending on what you're watching this on, YouTube or Instagram. So have a good day.